Welcome to another edition of Wynn's Life. I'm at the corner of Moss Lane East. And this is where the young lad lost his life. Moss Lane East, 15 years old. It's right facing that building that's been done up. So man, I'm just the corner of Moss Lane East. Yes, but you're right, kiddo? Yeah. Yes, master. Wagwan. This is Wynn's Life.
All right.
Good up, brother. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That building's just been done up. Well, on the street here, Moss Lane East, which is a well-known area, Moss Side in Manchester. A young male, 15-year-old boy sadly lost his life at the corner. You see all the flowers up M13 Street there. We'll talk about this young lad's death. This building here, called the White House. This building called the White House, which is worth about £4 million. It's been done up again. And you want to see the rooms inside that building. A friend of mine lived in there years ago, and it's obviously spending money on there. And them rooms are massive. But anyway, as I walk further down, Moss Lane East, corner here, young guy working hard. Young lad lost his life on the corner of M13 Street right there. Hi sir, you alright? Yeah. It's M13 Street. So you can see all the flowers right there. Yep, and this is a busy community as well, you know. You go further down, you got a school called UCI down the bottom. And it's just sad to know that another young man has lost his life, sadly lost his life, you know. And people are going to turn around and say that Moss Side is a bad place. Moss Side, oh, you right? Moss Side is murder. Moss Side is one guy, Billy Moore, put on his videos on one of his thingy, basically slating Moss Side in such words. But to be truthful, Moss Side is nowhere as bad as what people say it is. Yeah, we've got fractions between young male African men who, I don't know, seem to be very, very angry. But all it seems to do really, all it seems to do is give the media more power to make a lot of money. Because every time a crime happens in Moss Side, the media jump aboard it, and it's a golden ticket for the media. They make a hell of an amount of money off anything that goes on in Moss Side, from the carnival to dropping a toffee paper on the floor. The media will jump on it. I totally disagree with Billy Moore regarding Moss Side being the most dangerous place in Manchester, because believe you me, I know other areas in Manchester that are just as bad as Moss Side. Moss Side's got a very, very good community, very vibrant community. It's a handful of people, handful of youngsters who seem to be fighting amongst each other over girls, over whatever. But this part of Moss Side is a very quiet part of Moss Side, where a lot of students have got places all around that area there. You can see. As you can see, it's a very diverse area. You know what I mean? Moss Side's just not just a black area. Moss Side's a very diverse area, full of students. There's a lot of students in the area of Moss Side. There's lots of houses in Moss Side that are decent houses. Yeah, there's a problem around Moss Side area now with drugs, where there seems to be more people, more users than I've seen in the last 10 years. And I've seen like sometimes 20 in the alleyway. But otherwise than that, it's like most days, every day, people go about the business, you know. Right there, we've got M13 Street Health Clinic across the road. We've got the church. You know what I mean? We've got the Cardinal Court. We've got a lot of things that's going on this stretch here. But unfortunately, that day was a sad day on Monday when the young lad lost his life. And it just seems to be happening like every 6 months, or it could be, then you have a break and then it happens. But this same thing happens in London. I'm going to go and see the flowers, and I feel it's so sad to know a lad who's 15 years old has sadly been stabbed to death. And I don't know what it was about, but it's really, really sad to know. Whether he was white, black, green, pink or purple, I still feel the same way regarding someone losing their life. There's the flowers. So I'm going to say no words. You know, that's his name, Mohammed Abdullah Golbi. That's so heartbreaking, you know. Rest in peace, Mohammed. You know what? No one deserves to die. You know? It's such a sad shame. Sad shame. I mean, such a quiet street as well. And the high school's up there. Academy. But the academies, I used to go to the old UCI school. I used to go to UCI. And back when I went to UCI, it was a tough school. So I'm not too sure if Mohammed went to that school. But I know there's a lot of Somalians that go to that school. A lot of different cultures go to that school. But it's mainly, yes bro, are you okay? So that's why it's mainly lots of Arabs. Used to be lots of Caribbeans used to go to that school, but not as many Caribbeans attend that school like they did when I went to school. So there's lots of clashes over girls, over stupid things. That's what young people always fight about. It could be over a girl, it could be over something, it could be over a fight inside the school that wasn't finished. Because I've seen some bad fights when I was at GCI. Some terrible fights when I was at GCI. You know what I mean? Guys in my year, guys above my year. I see some horrible fights. Burley Eye. Obviously there's guys that tell me about schools like Spurley A, Poundswick, Moston Brook, schools in Old Trafford. You know what I mean? Greatstone. All had reputations. But GCI and Centre were well known for being two of the toughest schools in Manchester. I went to that school and I had to endure bullies. I had to fight bullies back at my school because there's a few of them who were quite tough. But no one never got killed. No one never got shot dead. It was just fights with bare fists. But this is sadly what's happening in our community right now. Youngsters don't think no more. Youngsters don't think about anything no more. And all they're doing is giving a golden ticket to the media, and the media process it and say and give us bad press in a good community that's not even too bad. It's the media that give it because a lot of black people, a lot of Africans, a lot of Somalians, a lot of Muslims live in this area. But there's also lots of Caucasian English people live in this area as well, that are good people. But the press will jump on this and make millions of pounds on this, what keeps this what's happening all the time. It's sad. Really, really sad. This is normally a quiet street on Moss Lane East. You could barely hear a cat cry on this street. What I've known of it, back in the day you had the Shebeens. You had Shebeens back in the day. Along Denmark Road, used to be lots of Shebeens and stuff, where people used to come from far and wide. Caucasian women came from far to party alongside the Caribbean culture. also fathering mixed-race children. Some of them are still in the community today. The police used to drive cars around Denmark Road and get out of the cars and get involved with what was going on, like dominoes and cards. Obviously the police used to like their rum and used to get involved with the drinking sessions. This was Denmark Road in the 60s and early 70s. There used to be a pub called the Denmark where people used to go to. And apparently Muhammad Ali went there one year. My uncle, who passed away, met him. Well, Denmark Road was a catalyst of Mossad, where people used to go and party and enjoy themselves. And also a lot of the ladies and knights used to go there as well. But apparently it was vibrant, it was brilliant, and people enjoyed themselves. Because you got to remember something, people couldn't go to town in Manchester because they couldn't get in, because of racism that was endured in the city centre. So lots of people opened their own nightclubs, own shebeens, and they partied amongst each other. And that's what a lot of people had also done in Liverpool as well. You know, they partied amongst each other. These used to be old shops at the corner. These are old shops back in the day. I mean, I used to have the bookies along here called Seymour and Story. That was once there. Hi guys, look at that. I mean, Seymour Stories was once there. Used to be a fish shop right here. Used to be the fish shop right there. And the bookies was right here. Because the bookies was on Princess Road at the corner, and it moved to Seymour Stories. That's what people used to call the front. But I dropped something then. So people used to call the front. The front meaning where a man stand there. See what's happening here? Ambulance coming past. There's a fire brigade. Fire brigade coming past. Loud. All going down. Well, right there used to be called the front, and the front was on Princess Road. The book is at the corner where a man used to lick their shot. Where a man used to lick their shot, sold a little bit of weed, and used to gamble. And our grandfathers used to hang outside the front. The front, like I said, the front means basically man was just stood there, and that was their territory, the front. And that's where the new front came during the late 80s. Seymour Stories betting shop from the top of Princess Road, corner of Princess Road where the brewery was. That was called the main front when I was growing up. And that's where the shebeens were. That's where the Reno was, ROB Club was, and the Nile Club was. And that was the heart of Mossad. And before that you had Denmark Road, where my dad's era used to go partying, drinking, and my mother used to tell me dad off if my dad was out late. Yeah, brother?
Alright.
You okay? Yes, General. How you doing? This is my video Wins Life. How are you?
Alright.
Nice to see you, man.
Nice seeing you.
You too, man. Bless up, man. What's your name again?
Clement.
Yes, Clement.
Floyd's brother.
Yeah, Floyd's brother, man. Nice to see you, brother.
All
you look
right,
after yourself.
take
Yeah,
care.
take care, kid. Yeah. Yeah, man. Not seen him for a long, long time. But this road here, where this young boy was murdered, is normally a very quiet road. You know? Got the estate here. Outside. I can't remember the last time I've ever heard of any trouble around Sampson Square or around that area. I can't remember the last time I've ever heard of any trouble on that estate. Yes, brother. Yes, brother. This is the powerhouse. This is the youth centre. Youth centre. It's become Moss Side. It's become Moss Side Youth Club. That's now called the powerhouse. But this stretch of road here, I'm walking down Alexander Road. Sorry, Alexander Road. This stretch here is normally a quiet road, and it goes way past the brewery, way down to the bottom, right down to Moss Side. At the bottom, we go further down, Moss Lane East. We get down to the brewery, which is at the bottom, the massive international brewery. And it's just sad to know that another young man has sadly lost his life. And my heart goes out to his family. My mother and father who now have belly pains and have to bury the son. It's really, really sad. Really, really sad. I'm at the corner right here. This is probably one of our last standing venues. This is Westwood Street, where they have a lot of the dances, funerals, and this is one of the last standing venues in Moss Side, alongside HQ for the Rastafarian Society, which is on Claremont Road. Well, this is one of the last venues that people are fighting to keep open, and this is Westwood Street. And this is where normally a funeral on today, but this is Westwood Street, and this is one of the last venues we have in Moss Side, you know. And this is Westwood Street, yes, and it's just like you still get the elders coming here playing dominoes, because this is the only place they've got to go to, you know, because the Western closed down, and this is all we have left, really, and they're fighting to keep this place open, you know. And my brother and Tiny G, DJ Tiny G, they do a night here as well. They do a soul night here, which a soul night they do every 3 or 4 months, goes down well. Obviously you get like sound systems play here, like Megatone and Baron Turbocharge. They still use this place. They still come here and use this place. And it's still popular for a lot of people. You have red and white nights. Red and white where the ladies dress up smart, the men dress up smart. And this is the lasting hole we've got left in Moss Side. West Indian Sports and Social Club. All different colours, all different genres come here. You know what I mean? It's not about colour. You know what I mean? And the family that run this place have run it for a long, long time. It's not about race, it's not about colour. It's just about, this is the only community, the only thing that we have left beside HQ, because everything is taken away from Moss Side or from Hume. There used to be a number of pubs in Hume. There used to be a lot of pubs in Hume and in Moss Side, which has now been taken away by the governments, where they basically build student accommodation to basically take over anything that the community has. So the community has really got nothing left in Moss Side to really socialise. Who wants to go to town, city centre Manchester, where it's people like me who are getting older? Why do I want to go to town for? You know what I mean? You spend £10 on a drink. Why would I want to do that for? Impossible. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? We have a decent community. And it's not as bad as what people say. Say it's mixed. You've got people in front of me from nationalities. You don't go see people running out and killing someone in Moss Side. I'm telling you now. I feel safe. Safer in some areas. Safe. I feel totally safe. I know it doesn't happen every single day, but we've got to stop giving the media any attention whatsoever. In Northern Ireland, we went through the same thing during the 70s and the 60s and the 50s when the British invaded Northern Ireland. Let's stop